Oh, so you mean to tell me that y'all are out here licking grocery store ice cream and putting it back on the shelf? That's okay, because you bit into that ice cream the same way that the clown is coming back to take a bite out of you.
Give me your wig. Give me your wigs. You don't know what to do with it.
I'm here, so that means it's time for you to wake up. I mean, you already knew that. Make sure that you go to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Up there right now, at this moment, there are polls being held. You can cast your vote not only on the topic of the article that I'll be writing on Thursday over there, but also you can let me know which topic you want me to speak about on this upcoming Monday for the Patreon topic video. Get into it, go over there, sign up. Also, stream my new EP. The link is in the description. I thought I was going to be able to give y'all something by today, but it will probably be the end of this week or the beginning of next, so stay tuned for that. So there was a lot going on this week. I want to start this video out with something a little bit on the cute side, just because the rest of this video is going to be pretty intense, especially politically and what's going on in the country. I know that YouTube does not like that. The only thing that they really like are cats, you know, cute cats and cute memes and shit like that. That's not my ministry. Sometimes I wish it was, so YouTube wouldn't be all in my face shading my videos and stuff, but I literally cannot help myself but to talk about these topics. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about The Lion King. I was scrolling on social media yesterday and I saw that they had released some more teasers and trailers on TV and stuff. Lions, are you with me? And of course the Beehive is like, yes, girl. Okay, Lions, get on this reservation. You see what I'm saying? There are a lot of people shading Beyonce's voice, and I'm just like, the movie as a whole, I feel like the sound doesn't match what I'm seeing when it comes to CGI. I don't know how it could be done better, because I feel like I can't even describe the disconnect. It's hard to put my finger on it, but maybe it just feels weird to see animals that look actually like real speaking. I don't know. Maybe just because we're used to seeing cartoon animals speaking in that way, especially when it comes to Lion King. It's a very high bar that you have to really live up to when it comes to trying to ignite and satisfy people's like feelings of nostalgia. It's the whole thing. But I am actually ready, and so is Beyonce, even though I know that she's being forced to do this promotion. And we're not even going to talk about the fact that she hasn't been on these featurettes. She was like, girl, it's cool that y'all want to save these lions. That's cool. Blue, you need something? Jay, hey, hello? They want me to promote. You gonna come save me? Anyway, she ended up doing a little bit of promotion. She put this image on her Instagram, and of course the Hive, this is why Beyonce don't speak to us, because the Hive turned it into this. It's just hey Nala. So I'm most likely gonna end up seeing The Lion King a little bit later than when it comes out. Those of you who have been following me for a long time, you know that I graduated high school with my International Baccalaureate diploma. If you don't know what it is, it's a really intense international program. They invited me to their global conference in like New Orleans to speak for a couple minutes and introduce their keynote speaker. So I'm like really thrilled. It's happening during the weekend that The Lion King comes out. So I'll be traveling and speaking while y'all are getting your lives, but I no doubt will come back and watch it. So I don't know if there's something in the water. I don't know if we have to send out a boil water advisory to the whole goddamn country, but it seems like, I don't know, the summer heat got y'all brains mixed up like somebody used a blender or something. Y'all over here swallowing cucumbers, and it's just so funny to me that y'all shade pride parades and pride and stuff, and y'all do anything for clout, no Offset, no Cardi. Y'all over here swallowing cucumbers but don't eat vegetables. That's what somebody said. All on Instagram Live, all on Twitter, all on Facebook, as if I want to see it. I don't want to see it, sweetie. I don't want to see it. But what was even more disgusting was the fact that I saw somebody over here opening a tub of ice cream, Bluebell ice cream, licking it and putting it back on the shelf. Like, I was like, are you serious right now? I don't understand how much of my work revolves around social media, and still I'm not doing some of the dumb shit that y'all are doing. If that's what it takes to go super duper viral, I promise you that I don't want any part in it, okay? So of course, since you wanted all that clout, you got it, Miss Bluebell. The company saw your ass, was like, are you serious? We're getting an investigation on your ass. I looked it up. It's a whole ass felony. Now, I'm someone that when it comes to this justice system in this country, I do not like the fact that humans are being put in cages, okay? Of course, there are serious offenses where it's just like we have to keep you away from the population. That's just period. But in general, I just don't like people in cages. So when I saw this come out, I was like, I would prefer she does not go to prison. There's so much shit that happens in prison, especially if you're a black woman. We can probably think of some community service that does not involve food, ban her from the fucking stores, something like that. But then people are like, Adrian, I heard that she had the flu, and I did some research, and I think that she said it out her own mouth. She had the flu, and people were like, Adrian, the point is that she could have killed somebody. People were bringing up dialysis patients. People were bringing up people with weaker immune systems. You don't know what this person could have, and they spread it. So it's just like, I see what y'all saying, I see what y'all saying. But that's why I like conversation. That's why I like debate that makes sense, because that is so clearly a valid point, which is why I have such mixed feelings about what the punishment should be for this person. But anyway, regardless of the fact, I hope that everyone, whatever happens, everyone takes into account this. Before I do this dumb shit for retweets and likes that don't mean shit, do I really want to put my livelihood in danger? Do I really want to put myself on the chopping block like this person clearly just did? Was it really that funny? Were the clicks really that important to you? Now your ass got to be fighting whole legal cases directly from the company of the ice cream tub that your ass licked. Sit your ass down, boo! Sit your ass down. All right, so let's get into the politics. There has been so much discussion about what's been going on at the border. Now, before I really get into what's going on down there, let's talk about this insane report that was released. And there seems to be a lot more people paying attention to this report that I will inform you about in just a second than the actual immigrants who are suffering in these camps and people who are seeking asylum. So this report is about the multitude of issues, the mental health issues that the agents of the CBP, that's the Customs and Border Protection, those agents running the fucking concentration camps are facing. So this is coming from the CBP. They're saying that there was an increase in use of the EAP. Now the EAP is the Employee Assistance Program within the CBP. They had to go ahead and ask the government for $2.1 million more because so many employees of the CBP were using it. And this was in response to, this is coming from them, this was in response to unanticipated critical incidents and other emerging crises, such as the unexpected response required for migrant caravans, employee suicides, and the need for a financial wellness program after the extended partial federal government shutdown. And I'm looking like, okay, y'all are shoving people in cages like they're dogs, and y'all were still doing it while the government wasn't even paying y'all, and you expect me to give a fuck about your well-being. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, girl. A lot of people on Twitter were just like, oh, okay, well, the trash is taking itself out. Exactly. Oh my God, the poor agents who are locking up people like they're animals in cages. They're dying. They don't have any money. They're dying by suicide. They're so stressed out. Girl, I don't care. From courts, they're saying that law enforcement suicides have exceeded the line of duty death. And they're saying that in the CBP specifically, there have been over 100 employees who have died by suicide from 2007 to 2018. That's coming from the CBP itself. I promise you, no one cares that the child snatchers, the kidnappers, the family separators, the enslavers are over here feeling stressed and tired. But what we do care about are these pictures that Ocasio Cortez has been spreading over the internet. She's been going to these camps, talking to these immigrants who have been kept, talking to these women who have been separated from their families and children, and we see the inhumane conditions that they've been kept in. It doesn't make sense. I mean, there was a report that someone was drinking toilet water. There were reports saying, multiple and corroborated reports saying that people don't have access to showers, soap. I mean, Ocasio Cortez said that a woman there gave her this packet, and she said that although it says it's for shampoo, they're saying that that's all they gave them to wash their whole body with. And like I said, that's if you're getting any soap to begin with. What frustrates me the most is that the most realistic thing that I can do is just to be aware and to make sure that other people are aware. I wish I could just tear shit up, and just turn everything upside down. I wish I could walk in there like Daenerys from Game of Thrones or Dolores from Westworld and just be like, all right, we done. Like, you get y'all asses up and out of here. Like I said, realistically, I do not have that power. Who does have the power is some of these people in the government. Now, if we're talking about the House Democrats, they saw all of these pictures, they saw what was going on in these camps, and Elijah Cummings made this statement. He said the Trump administration's actions at the southern border are grotesque and dehumanizing. The committee needs to hear directly from the heads of these agencies as soon as possible in light of the almost daily reports of abuse and defiance. Apparently, the House Dems are opening up another investigation into what's going on in these camps, and it's just like, all right, like, this is cute. I'm glad that all these statements are being made and all these investigations are being opened, but I just hope that it leads to something meaningful and substantive. I know that a lot of these politicians who are dragging the shit out of Donald Trump actually do care, but I am so sick and tired of evidence being shown and people getting riled up, and it's still happening. It's still happening. I want to see active steps being taken because it is so heartbreaking every single day to wake up realizing those people are crammed in cages and you can't do anything about it. I remember growing up and learning about the Holocaust and just wondering, how did people ever just sit around and allow this to happen? Didn't y'all notice that people were going into these cages and these concentration camps? And here we are in America. It's happening right before our very eyes. And since I brought up the Holocaust in Germany and all this dictator type of stuff, apparently on July 4th, Donald Trump's gonna have this huge parade. Now this parade is apparently gonna have tanks, it's gonna have all types of military display and all this. What's so annoying is that Trump apparently took $2.5 million from the National Park Reserve to help pay for this unnecessary display of arrogance, foolishness, and delusion. He's propping himself up, he's jacking himself off in front of all of the world, while there are people who are trying to seek asylum, there are people who are immigrants suffering in inhumane conditions like they are less than people. It is absolutely terrifying. And to think that we all saw, all of us who are against this man saw this very moment. We saw it. And moments to come if it continues. And everybody acted like we were being too sensitive. Y'all doing too much. It's not that serious. Okay, now it is. What y'all gonna do now? And to finish this video off, that's what I want to ask Meghan McCain. What are you gonna do now? Apparently the Daily Beast reported that sis does not want to be on The View anymore. She feels like she's isolated. She feels like she's ostracized. It's just too much of an emotional toll on her spirit. And I hope that every alt-right, every obnoxiously racist, conservative, tone-deaf asshole of a person, I hope that everyone who has the same sentiments as Meghan, I only have my father on my resume, built ass McCain, I hope they all feel isolated and ostracized. I hope they all feel shamed, and I hope they all realize that ain't nobody with an inkling, with an atom of empathy and human decency wants to hear anything that they ever have to say, ever. Girl, I'm sure The View will not miss your ass. Maybe they'll miss the extra clicks and shit that they got from your bird food for brain built ass gave them, but other than that, we're not really pressed on you, sis. We're not. On that note, Drogon coming down from the sky and burning all this shit up and me moving to another planet is the only way that I will ever have a good goddamn evening.